What's going on, everybody? Wow, so I was on Facebook and I saw a post from this is an old friend from the time I was like 12, 13, 14, maybe. We were friends for a few years and we fell off. We reconnected. We went to school together and everything. And I kind of helped him wake up a little bit. And he posted something that I'm all about giving roses. If it, I tell you what comes from me and what comes from other people and where to find it. I have no problem doing that. I don't want you to think that I'm just this wealth of knowledge that just makes everything up. So I want to share something with you. So this is The Wizard of Oz, the most telling movie in the last 100 years, basically. Oz is a symbol for ounces. What is measured in ounces? Gold. What is the yellow brick road? Bricks or ingot bars of gold. The character known as the straw man represents that fictitious all caps legal fiction, a person the federal US government created with the same spelling as your birth name. Remember what the straw man wanted from the Wizard of Oz? A brain. No juristic person, legal fiction, paper corporation has a brain because she has no breath of life. This is correct. They view you as a dead entity. What did he get in place of a brain? A certificate, a birth certificate for a new legal creation. He was proud of his new legal status, plus all the other legalisms he was granted. Now he becomes the epitome of the brainless sack of straw who was given a certificate in place of a grain of common sense. Now, what about the Tin Man? Does taxpayer identification number, or TIN, recall anything to mind? The poor Tin Man just stood there mindlessly doing his work until his body literally froze up and stopped functioning. He worked himself to death because he had no heart, no soul. He's the heartless and emotionless creature robotically carrying out his daily task as though he was already dead. He's the ox pulling the plow and the mule toiling under the yoke. These days, his taskmasters just oil him nightly with beer and place him in front of a hypnotic television until his very existence no longer has any meaning of value. His masters keep him cold on the outside and heartless on the inside in order to control any emotion or feeling that may arise. The cowardly lion was always too frightened to stand up for himself. Of course, he was a bully and a big mouth when it came to picking on those smaller than he. Have you ever noticed how bullies are really the biggest cowards? They act as though they have great courage, but in reality have none at all. They roar, but with no teeth of authority to back them up. When push came to shove, the cowardly lion always buckled under and whimpered when anyone of any size or stature challenged him. He wanted courage from the Grand Wizard, so he was awarded a medal of official recognition. Now, although remaining a coward, his official status allowed him to be a bully, but with officially recognized authority. He's not unlike the attorneys who hide behind the middle courts of the Temple Bar, et al. Ad infinitum. What about the trip through the field of poppies? Did you notice how this had no narcotic effect on the straw man, no brain, or the tin man, no heart, no soul? They weren't real people, so drugs could not influence them. The Wizard of Oz was written at the turn of the century, so how could the author have known America was going to be drugged? The Crown has been playing the drug cartel game for centuries. Just look up the history of Hong Kong and the Opium Wars. The Crown already had valuable experience conquering all of China with drugs, so why not the rest of the world? What was the Emerald City? The Federal Reserve System. Who finally exposed the wizard for what he really was? Toto, the ugly or cute, depending on your perspective, and somewhat annoying little dog. Toto means in total, altogether, Latin in toto. What was it that the witch wanted after she alleged that the little dog had bitten her? Toto. Everything. Notice how Toto was not scared of the great wizard's theatrics, yet he was so small in size compared to the wizard that no one seemed to notice him. The smoke, flames, and holographic images of Oz were designed to frighten people into doing as the great wizard commanded. Toto simply padded over, looked behind the curtain, the court, etc., saw it was a scam, started barking until others paid attention to him, and came to see what all the barking was about. Who was behind the curtain? Just an ordinary person controlling the levers that created the illusion of the great wizard's power and authority. When Toto pulled back the curtain and completely exposed him, the charade was at an end. The veil hiding the corporate legal fiction and its false courts was removed. The wizard's game was up. What was he after all along? Or what was he after all? A con man, a fraud. We can see in this tale just how loud the bark from a little dog can be. How about your bark? How big is it? Most of us remain silent and wait to be given whatever food and recognition, if any, by our legal master. Let us not forget those pesky flying monkeys. What perfect mythical creatures to represent the Bar Association attorneys who attack and control the little people for the great crown wizard, the powerful and great bankers of Oz, gold. How finally was the evil witch destroyed? Pure, clean water, liquidation. How at last did Dorothy get home? She simply clicked her heels. She always had the power, and so do we. What would it take to expose the wizard for what he is, tearing away his veils? We each need only a brain, a heart, and a soul, and courage. Then, perhaps the greatest importance, we need to learn how to work together. Only in toto, working together as one body of the King of Kings, whatever name or form that may take for each of us, can we have the freedom given under God's law. Wow. So I found that today and I just had to share it with you guys. I was going to do the book of Joel, which I still might. Leave a comment if you want me to upload that video, the book of Joel tonight. And I've got Missy coming on. We're going to do Havana syndrome. Many of you don't know about it. It's a very interesting thing. Tonight, and I'm probably going to upload it tomorrow. The other thing I wanted to let you guys know is that there's a reason that these elites keep giant security with them, big security all times. And it's not because they're important, and it's not because they're valuable. The truth is, it's because they're scared shitless of you. Because enough of you rise, they know that they'll fall. So thank you guys for listening. I'll talk to you soon.